Hello and welcome everyone to the ZeroHP Podcast. This is episode 51.
51.
My name is Ian Mason.
Hello.
As always, that's us. So we're a little bit intro-y there because it's possible that we might have some new listeners coming soon because we are we're moving up in the world.
We're going digital, bro.
We're switching from analog.
We're going digital, bro.
We used to be on the cassettes.
Yeah. 8-track.
Back in the, we used to be on the the 8-track.
The 8-track, bro.
Used to be on the records.
The records.
We
for a little more information, we're gonna start, or at least hopefully, it depends on what we do after this podcast. We're gonna try to get things downloaded to podcast platforms rather than just YouTube.
Yeah.
That way you can listen to it. I mean, everywhere without draining your battery. You can close your phone. It makes it a little bit easier for everybody. It's a little more available.
Accessible.
Accessible, yeah, that's a better word for it. We're going to get it on iTunes. We're going to get it out there.
Yep.
We figured 50 weeks in,
yeah,
why not make it legit,
well,
right?
It's just one of those things where I feel like the first 50 weeks, you have to take the first maybe 20 of those. And that was us when we were first like, so
100%.
This is the podcast we're going to do. Like, what do you want to do? We had Kevin on a lot.
Yeah.
We had different guests on in the beginning. We've gone through different, you know what I mean? It's sort of, I feel like, after this 50th episode, the last maybe 20 episodes have been us, 30 maybe, in our group. Like,
Yeah. 100%.
You and I are the podcast.
Yep.
We are really comfortable. And it's just like, it's sit down and talk and we're just good to go. And I feel like this is kind of a good place to start, too.
I think so, too. No, I think you're right. We got a lot of the warm-up out of the way.
Yeah.
We've kind of established where sometimes we're a news podcast, sometimes we're just a two guys who love games podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes
well,
we're just...
And you can be...
Both
at the same time.
I mean, we are both. Sometimes we're just two guys.
Yeah, every now and then it leaks a little bit. But that's podcasting.
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Like, anyone who goes, I want to listen to a podcast. Well, I won't say anyone.
Not yet,
because those people are out there.
Right.
But I mean, I used to listen to like back when PS I Love You still had Colin and Greg on it.
That was a great podcast.
It was a wonderful podcast, and there were times where 20 minutes would be spent them talking about food.
100%.
Or shitting.
And, by the way, fantastic podcast, which is no longer around, unfortunately.
I was going to ask you, because I kind of bailed out on them. PS I Love You is not a thing
anymore.
anymore?
No, when Colin left, Greg decided that it wouldn't be the same without him, which I agree with. So they stopped PS I Love You. A lot of that's changed, actually. A lot of that whole...
I know they have Jared Petty over there now.
No, he's not permanent.
Oh, he's not permanent?
Unless he is. I missed the recent stuff.
He does his own thing. I heard him on the Beyond PlayStation, IGN's PlayStation podcast. And he came on there, and he's like the most
literally
genuine human
the nicest man on the planet, who's been dealt the shittiest cards.
Yeah.
Have you heard his story? You know,
not all of it. No, I know some of it, but
crazy. It is. I definitely recommend checking him out. Jared Petty, formerly of IGN. Right?
He has his own thing now. It's like
Pockets Full of
Skip,
Soup.
and a Jump.
That's his podcast is Pockets Full of Soup.
Pockets Full of Soup.
Yeah, he tells stories about like he meets up with people and they kind of explain who their biggest inspiration is and what their childhood was. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a lot of people in games media, so you'd probably really enjoy it. You have your Greg Millers, your Colin Moriarty.
I have tried to tune in, and it's like really loud and colorful and crazy and over the top and tons of advertisements. And I'm like,
podcast?
No. I thought you meant. Oh, you're still talking about Jared Petty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant Jared Petty.
Oh, okay.
I meant Jared.
You said Greg, and I'm like, we're back into kind of funny.
No. Yeah, definitely do that if you want to. But Jared Petty's thing is definitely worth checking out.
Okay.
He's still relatively new. He's been doing it for about a year. I think maybe a little bit longer, but it's really good. It's very you said like loud and colorful. I was like, what? Wait, hold on.
No,
wait a minute.
Yeah,
because his podcast is really mellow, very poetic, very artsy kind of thing.
Cool, yeah.
It's worth checking out for sure.
So anyway, that's just the whole point of that. There it is, right there. We just went way off.
I know. There we go.
That's podcasting
that's
right
the
there,
podcasting.
man. That's what it's good for. So, if you are new, welcome. We have a very small, pretty damn dedicated group of like 10 to 15 people who listen to this podcast pretty much every week.
I would say dedicated is a good word.
Dedicated,
for sure.
yeah.
They've been with us through the good and the bad.
Yeah.
The thick and the thin.
Definitely.
Sickness and health, they've been there.
Yep. All 50 weeks.
Literally and metaphorically. If you're listening to this on a podcast platform, we are on YouTube, ZeroHP. We're the top ZeroHP now.
Yes.
So take it, Weird Fairy channel. We're available all over now. Hopefully, that's the plan.
No, this should be our first one up, and we try to upload every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that's our goal.
Yeah, and if you do want to go back and kind of go back to our humble beginnings, we're still on YouTube.
All available, all 1 through 50.
1 through 50, man. It's all there.
We'll put 51 and then parentheses 1.
Yeah, exactly. Every episode will be 52, 2, 53, 3, yeah.
So for those of you that know us, for those of you who don't, regardless, sometimes, like we said, we just go on what we're playing and what's up. Sometimes we're doing news. Sometimes we just talk about one thing the whole damn time.
100%.
So this is actually a pretty busy episode. There's a lot of, this is like, I feel like all of a sudden the gaming news season is just it's been nothing this year.
For months.
Newsworthy.
Big news, yeah.
Yeah.
For months. I feel like every episode we've come in and we're like, all right, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Which is great.
No, which is awesome. Because we're good at that. And we can do that for an hour. And it flies by, which is crazy. Because I always look at the time. I'm like, how are we going to fill? And then we're done.
How are we going to fill an hour?
All right.
We're like, oh no, we're almost out of time.
I know, we need more time. We need more time to talk about whatever we're talking about.
So, what have you been playing this week, man, before we jump into the news?
Man. Been streaming like a maniac any chance I get. Nothing real new.
Yeah, you have.
Lots of PUBG with Kevin, our mutual friend Kevin, who you'll learn to know and grow and love and hate like we do.
Mutual friend, but also, the third part of
mutual as in
ZeroHP.
that's what I meant by the mutual friend.
Okay.
He's just the only one not here.
He's a
guy.
Friend of the channel.
He's an acquaintance. He's an acquaintance. At this point, come on. Matt's more of a... No, I'm just kidding. No, he's an acquaintance. No, Kevin, the third man on the channel, obviously. Not a part of the podcast, which is what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
Him and I stream together on Twitch. What seems like all the time. A lot of PUBG. Been playing a lot of PUBG, getting a lot better. I jump back into Fortnite every now and then.
Very cool.
I have fun there. The people are just... It's like playing CSGO now is a good comparison. I think people are becoming so good at that game because it's getting so big, which we have a topic I think we're going to touch on in a little bit, which is crazy. I played a little Fortnite, got my ass whooped there. As far as streaming, we haven't played any more Battlefield 1, speaking of which, on your monitor.
No, we
which
haven't.
I'd like to get into. We haven't touched Total War.
The monitor of prophecy.
The prophecy and the Prophet monitor, which we have here, which you'll learn to know and love as well. We didn't play any more Total War because I messed up. I forgot to install Total War 1 to get the DLC.
You didn't mess up, you just didn't know, which is not your fault.
No, I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I should have just done it after we played whichever week we did.
Oh, you just mean as far as yesterday?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whoops.
That's all good.
That's my bad. But the usual, man. Nothing crazy, nothing new that I can remember off the top of my head. What about you?
Pretty much the same. I'm still working my way very slowly through Dishonored 2.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's still absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
everyone needs to play this game at some point. Not you.
What? Not me?
No, you.
I can't play it?
You're in debt already.
No,
you got to beat Horizon.
I'm way in debt.
Before
I got to beat Witcher. I got to beat
start
Horizon.
Dishonored or start anything else.
Oh man, I'm in debt.
Honestly, I've given up on Witcher. Just beat Horizon. Horizon's more realistic. It's only like 40 hours long.
That's fair.
And I think you'd really enjoy it all the way through.
I've enjoyed it all the way to where I am.
Witcher, just
let it go. Just let it die.
Let that one die.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
So Dishonored. I'm working my way through Dishonored. I think I'm like halfway-ish.
Cool.
Something like that. I only play it on the weekends because it's a real, even though it's not a super long game and it is quote unquote linear. I mean, the gameplay is not linear.
Right. It's kind of an
mission-based
sandbox level.
Yeah,
right?
Small sandbox after small sandbox after small sandbox, and they are missions with a beginning and an end.
Mm-hmm.
And a little summary page after each
gotcha.
one that gives you it gives you like a graph of like lethal, combat, stealth, like that kind of thing,
mm-hmm.
Non-lethal. So it's cool to kind of see how you did in the game, and I always try to get the ghostly check mark, which means no one ever saw me there at any point.
Oh, cool.
You can still knock people out and take people, shoot them with sleeping darts, or you could kill them all, but the thing is you can't be detected doing any of that.
Oh, you can still get the ghostly ranking without...
Yes.
Or while
you
killing
can
people,
kill everyone you see,
okay.
As long as you're not in open combat, you get the ghostly thing. There was one mission where I was like, there's no fucking way I'm getting the ghostly on. So I just gave up on that. But other than that, I've got it on 2 or 3, so it's fun. But it's 2-3 hours at a time. I like to play, to get through a mission or two, and feel like I was like, all right, cool. I played through a good chunk of this game. So
Metal Gear was a lot like that, where to get an S ranking, you couldn't even kill people. You'd have to make it through and do everything with killing very little to no people, never being seen.
I love that stuff.
I love it too, but they would put you in missions where there's like 4 attack helicopters, spotlights everywhere. You have to it's just impossible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from there.
I love that universe and just the really unique art style that is nothing. I haven't really seen anything else since before. It's kind of BioShock, I suppose. It's probably the closest cousin. It feels like a cousin of BioShock.
Will you at least give me a very distant, like not really related friend of a friend cousin of Bloodborne? Kind of ish, little like a dark Dishonored.
Yeah,
like a darker Dishonored.
European sort of.
Kind of twisted.
Everything's a little bit off. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? Okay.
Thematically, yes.
Okay.
We'll go with the thematic.
I'll take that.
Relation.
I'll take an asterisk next to it.
That I would say, yeah. I mean, I just wouldn't want anyone who doesn't play.
No.
They're nothing alike.
But you know what I mean, right? You see what I'm.
Real quick, do you own Bloodborne? Do you own a copy?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I know I've purchased it.
Okay.
So it is available to me. I don't have it installed, but I could play it.
Okay. Well, if anyone's out there that does not own it, whether you've played it or not, it's free on PS4 or PlayStation Plus right now for the month of March.
Whoa.
I might even just go down. I own it, but I can just go download it, have a digital copy of it.
Yeah.
Digital copy.
Digital copy.
So. Yeah, it's an amazing that and Ratchet and Clank, which was another fantastic.
Oh, God, that game was good. How unexpectedly
back
great
in the days
was that game?
Mason played single player.
Dude,
games.
back in the days where everything was different, man. We don't have to go into detail, but I remember in my non-air conditioned bedroom by myself,
playing that game,
technically living alone in my jail cell, playing that game, and oh man, was it because I couldn't run Uncharted because my PlayStation 4 would shut off. Because it was so hot, it was so hot in there. Yeah. It wouldn't play Uncharted. So I was playing Ratchet and Clank because, I don't know, I had the extra money and it looked good. I think it was $30 when it came out. God, that was a good game.
I know, and it totally took me back. Were you a fan of the originals?
No!
I wasn't. I didn't own a PS1.
I had a PSP, the original PlayStation Portable, and I think they had just a Ratchet game where you ran around and it was kind of a platformer. I might have played that. Never did I care about the characters or whatever a Clank was or whatever, any of that. And I loved the PlayStation 4 Ratchet.
Yeah, it's there's Insomniac is such an unusual.
It's so crazy.
And now they're making Spider-Man and I can't wait. So not a whole lot going on in the world of what we're playing.
Yeah.
Pretty much PUBG with you guys. We played as much as I can this week. I haven't been able to play.
And
much,
tonight?
Yes, I'll be on tonight.
Cool.
Trust me. I'm kind of mad at Matt.
Yeah.
For getting a chicken dinner in his second or first playthrough with you guys.
Game, yeah. Or
I've never had one yet.
That might have been his first game. Dude, I will tell you, and not to go into too much, that was the luckiest game we've ever
it was. I watched the whole thing
played.
From beginning to
then
end.
You understand. We were in the middle of the white every time.
Yep.
Even if we tried not to be, we were.
Yep.
It's just, we had 3 crates, I think. Or no, we
had on your head.
No, we got no crates. I think we had 1 crate and 3 8-time scopes. We all had an 8-time. We all had sniper. We all had level 3 armor. That just never happens.
Right.
He literally couldn't have been carried to the finish line any easier. But he's doing great, man.
His communication is fantastic.
It's incredible. It's awesome, and he already flows really well because he basically plays with us every night.
He already knows us.
Yeah.
He knows me, obviously, from before this, but I haven't talked to him in years between high school and now. But he's been reintroduced through when I first started playing Overwatch. I remembered, by the way. I don't think he mentioned it, but Matt, I remembered it was Overwatch. It was the 4 of us, you, me, Doug, and.
Are you sure I was there?
Yes, and Matt. Yes, at least one of the nights. Okay. But I played a couple of times.
There
on
were a
Xbox
lot, so I believe you.
With Matt, and I was like, cool. We were playing, and that's where we just started to talk again, and then he started. And then Facebook and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, here we
are.
So
now it's he already knows you guys in the same way that we might know someone we listen to a podcast.
100%. And he knows our play style because he's always watching one of us play PUBG together.
Both.
So, or both of us, I mean, like you do. He pulls us each up on a screen or something.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's awesome to have in there. He practices when, he's practiced a little bit before we played, so he's pretty good. I'm excited because we almost have enough people to have 2 different squads going at a time.
Yeah.
And we're all just gaming together.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing this game, and we're all having a great time. It's awesome.
Fantastic.
Shout out to you again, Matt. That's your 50th shout out in a row.
I know.
But
you're
great.
Of the podcast.
You are the MVP of the podcast.
So, we have quite a bit of craziness going on this week. This is the first time where I ever felt like I had to kind of stop the podcast and be like, let's start a section here because there's so much shit going on. There's a lot of good conversation in here. I don't care any order of these that you want, man. If you want to start with State of Decay, because I know that is your thing. That's your most anticipated game right now.
And I don't want to go too deep on it, but we can get State of Decay out of the way. They've announced State of Decay is coming out on May 22nd.
May 22nd. You got it.
State of Decay 2 coming out for Xbox One. I don't know if it's on PlayStation.
No, that's a Microsoft.
Okay. So Xbox
You'll be able to
One
get it on PC if you want to.
and PC. The problem with PC, and this comes back to Kevin, is he was wondering, is it available on Windows 7? And they haven't confirmed that. Windows 10 for sure. We don't know if it's available on Windows 7, which is kind of weird.
I didn't even think about that. I mean,
yeah.
it's going to be in the Windows Store.
I'm a relatively new guy to PC, and I never even considered that as a thing. I never thought that would matter.
I don't
But
think
apparently,
it
a lot of people are asking, and they can't confirm an answer. Like, in their actual forums, I've gone onto the Undead Labs website, and they're like, we can't talk about it yet. Which
I don't think that'll be a problem because
crazy,
the Windows
right?
Store doesn't. Yeah, the Windows Store doesn't really change.
And with the amount of people who hate Windows 10, they're going to miss out on a lot of...
Do a lot of people hate it? I love it.
I don't mind it. I have nothing to compare it to. It's never mattered to me.
It's never...
Because I'm so new to PC, you know what I mean?
I understand it's never mattered. It only matters to you when you've experienced one that is horrific.
Okay, yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
okay, that's fair.
Because I got a gaming laptop when I graduated high school in 2010 with Windows fucking 8.
Yeah.
And Windows 8 is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the worst OS of all time.
Okay.
Because it's built for phones. It's right when they came out with their their Windows phones.
Gotcha.
So it's all tiles. So you like your start button. So you have you click start, and it's like there's tiles on Windows 10 still, but they make fucking sense now. It was all tile. It was a whole screen, and it was big old chunky tiles.
Oh.
It was really hard to find. You're like, wait, where's program files? Like,
what?
Where's
no?
How
Yeah,
do I go find like where's my music? And like, how do I find? You get to type everything. It was so bad.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
So bad. There was a lot more that was bad about it. But
that would be terrible. Yeah, State of Decay 2. That would be awful.
Windows 10 is great. I'm curious to see why people.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like it.
Love it.
I think it uses up a lot of your memory.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of animations going on, which you can shut off though. I don't know. You can definitely turn a lot of it off. You can turn that ads and stuff off. Everything. So yeah, that just seems like a lot of people really aren't fans of it. Shout out to Tomb Raider on the Prophet Monitor. We're just gonna call it the Prophet.
The Prophet Monitor is now showing us Tomb Raider, which we're not done talking about State of Decay.
We're about to dive in.
For those of you interested,
for those of you who love State of Decay, who love the original, like myself, I didn't play it until the Year 1 edition came out on Xbox One. But when I played it, I played so much of it. I've talked about it before, but if you're new, I love that you can open up a map and kind of cross out a building that you were done with. I love that everything is finite in that game.
Yeah.
There's only a certain number of buildings you can loot, only a certain number of characters you can have. You can all die and lose the game, and then you just lose. I like that. I like that challenge. So yeah, the second one's coming out. We don't know a lot about it. If you watched the 25-minute gameplay that IGN did, that I didn't watch all of, to my own chagrin, I did watch a little bit of it. I didn't want to give too much away for myself, but we do know it's 4-player co-op.
Yes.
Maybe more. I don't think more. In the way it works is you have a host of a game, and the other people are just contributors to his game.
Okay.
So I don't know if they get progress or if they get XP for their own game, but
they
come in.
Characters get saved.
I have no clue. I know they come in and they act as members of your kind of society.
Okay.
Which to me is weird, because what if you have less than 4 people? Because in the first one you could.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works, but maybe they just drop in as their own guy. But yeah, they just jump in to contribute, so they can help you loot and build your quote-unquote society, from what I understand. But I'm excited about it. If you pay, it's $30, which is crazy.
Incredible.
Awesome. I think people are starting to learn the way this needs to be done.
Yeah.
Which is great. People, by that I mean publishers and developers, I think, are starting to figure it out, which is good. You can pay $50 for the... it's not the collector's edition. It has a word, it has a name. I don't remember what it is. Maybe like an ultimate edition. To get it on the 18th, which I think is Memorial Day.
Oh, okay.
On May 18th?
Memorial Day is the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Then I made that up.
I think you just get early access.
Yeah, you get it on the 18th. You can get the game a couple days early, plus future DLC. I think 2 or 3 future DLC packed, which is cool. Okay. So I'll definitely get
the original game too.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
You get the day 1 edition of the game with it.
Cool. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting the $50 version. I want to stream it. I want to be the first one NA streaming this game is my goal. I want to get it and play it as early as possible, and then be live with that. Hopefully
Okay.
Could be a good move. Who knows? We'll find out. I'm just excited to play the game. So I'll be there May 18th.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. We can get it on the computer, and if there's ever a reason one of us can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cross-platform, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So PC, and because it's not competitive, so it should be able to be cross-platform.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so
but
awesome.
then again, Fortnite you can play on your phone. So, whatever. And that is a competitive game. Just saying.
And against PC players?
Yeah. I believe 100%. I know at least against PlayStation 4, they're considering cross-platform. Probably not PC. But either way, man.
I guess we're some old, crotchety old man.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. But
not
State of Decay. If
I can't wait. And the idea of us being able to get together, the way that we schedule things a couple times a week, and build up our survival, all of our stuff, and our community and everything.
I guess that answers my question. Are you thinking about getting it?
Oh, I'm definitely day one.
Cool.
Yeah. $30. I mean, how can you say no to that?
That's true.
And I missed out on the first one completely, and I've heard about people, you and others I know that have played the game and have such cool stories from it. So I'm not going to miss out on this one.
Kevin's going to be getting it too, probably early as well. So we'll be streaming it.
And I want fucking Microsoft to know that if they make a exclusive, that they will sell some damn copies.
Fair enough.
That's been a problem.
It has been a problem. Yeah, 100%.
It's been an issue for them.
Fair enough.
Actually, good segue there. Case in point, issues selling incredible games that are exclusive to Microsoft. The last Tomb Raider.
Go on.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. Incredible game. I think it got like a 90 on Metacritic. And regardless of that, it didn't sell hardly anything. Because the Xbox One doesn't have as many units out there.
Right, yeah.
So way undersold.
People love that game.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Yeah, people love it. I played the original, I don't remember what...
Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah, what the first game was called. Was it just Tomb Raider?
I think it was just called Tomb Raider.
I'm
pretty sure.
You lent me the remastered version for Xbox One, and I played it, and I loved it. I loved the dark, gritty take on Tomb Raider. I never, maybe as a young man I did, but as I got older, I never appreciated the Angelina Jolie version of a Tomb Raider, where it's like, man, she's got tits that are way too big to be like climbing rocks like that. It just doesn't make any sense. But I appreciate the realness that she really loves what she's doing, and she has to accomplish a goal and trying to survive, and people are dying around her. It was
the first, like, you experienced her for the first time she kills a person.
Yeah, which is crazy. She does kind of go into murder mode, like within an hour.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Which is funny, but
I mean, she's like has this huge issue with killing this first guy.
Yeah, and then she's like,
and then she's like, "All right, go." Yeah. That's just part of it. I mean, think about Nathan Drake. I mean, Nathan Drake is a mass murderer.
God, dude, I've killed thousands of red shirts as Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
I mean thousands of them.
Yeah,
and he's fine. He's married, got a kid.
Yeah, he's just such a good guy.
He's a great guy.
He's
killed thousands of people.
So many people.
Yeah, that's just video games.
Yeah, it's just the gaming.
But to Tomb Raider, I love the original. I really did. How about the ways you could die in that game? Remember when it kind of blew up? How gruesome
it was a big deal.
It was a big deal on Reddit.
It went on Conan.
Oh yeah,
Conan does the clueless gamer plays and whatever. And he played that.
and he's in the waterfall.
And he kept, he's in the river, and she keeps getting impaled on the stick. Oh, God!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a good Conan segment, too. I thought it would be kind of cheesy, and it is
sometimes it's terrible.
He has that one guy with him who knows games a little better, and they do it really well.
The Witcher one was really good.
I think I remember the Witcher one.
Because like he has his friend like try to explain to him what's going on, and I think it's part of the bit. He always overdoes it.
Oh, he's like,
well, the Nilfgaardian Empire.
And he looks over at the camera.
But who turns around and starts talking about the Nilfgaardian Empire?
I mean,
but then when he finds out that you can have sex with Yennefer,
100%.
That's his goal for the rest of the playthrough. It's really funny.
It is really fun. But yeah, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, man. So what happened here? So I showed you the trailer before we recorded the podcast.
If you call it that, yeah.
You can call it a trailer, right? So that was supposed to be their introduction to like whatever tiny little thing. Maybe there was going to be a real trailer, or like, hey, we're announcing Shadow of... it's called Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think is what it's called now.
So we have Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yep. Okay. Naming is okay. The naming convention is okay.
Okay.
I trust Crystal Dynamics, so...
It's no Hunt Showdown.
I wonder... That's a name.
That's a name.
I actually didn't see. I'm pretty sure they are, but I thought I heard that Crystal Dynamics wasn't going to make this one. But...
And they did Rise?
They did both for those first two,
gotcha.
the first two remakes, if you will. They did both of those, and I thought they said they were going to do something else now, But now that I think about it, I think they are going to make the next one. I'm curious. But it got leaked.
Oh.
So they're like, fuck it. So now they have this tiny little mini trailer out there. It's a
one
teaser.
bad apple.
But what's cool, right? What's cool about it is that we're starting to see the pattern we're going to have with these games. They're not right next to each other. They're not annual. You know, there's what, 3 years now, I think it's been?
Has it really?
20, that might have been 2015.
I feel like Rise came out pretty soon after the first one, but now it's been a while since Rise,
I think it's 2 or 3 years. Because I think the first one was 14 or 15.
Okay.
No, I think it was 13. Sorry, I'm pretty sure 13. 2013. And then it was like 2015 or 16 when it was Rise.
I guess I forgot what year it was. Jesus.
And so it's been 3 years.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been 15. So
yeah, you're
that's
right.
it. I mean,
that's
right. That's a good cycle. They have time to make it different, and they go to a new location. Kind of like Uncharted, you go to different locations. Mm-hmm. The cool thing about Tomb Raider is it's in one location. And it's a huge area, and you're slowly peeling back the layers on this area.
Yeah,
it's sort of like a Metroidvania thing. Where
right.
It's like you're still going back to areas you were there previously, but you couldn't access it because you didn't have this.
Right.
Stuff like that. So the first one was in Japan, like a tiny little remote island off the coast of Japan that was protected by supernatural storms, like a Bermuda Triangle thing.
Yeah.
The second one was in like Eastern Europe. Like way up into the mountains, and it was about like the fountain of life that gives immortality. So there's all these like ancient people who've been living in young health for a long time, and you're trying to find it, basically.
Gotcha.
So there was that one, and then this one looks like it's going to take place in like Mayan or maybe Aztec ruins. So like South America, so you have jungle and all the cool sort of ruins.
Okay.
It's kind of like basically the first Uncharted game.
Cool.
Which I think would be a great set.
That's actually what I was going to bring up. That's funny you said that. Is that it reminded me of the first Uncharted game. When you see kind of like the Mayan temple in the background, that's what it reminded me of. But that's funny you bring that up.
So there's almost no details other than they're going to reveal gameplay on April 27th, and the game is set to release on September 14th.
Okay.
This year.
Cool.
Which is, I love it. Tell me it's going to release, and boom, there it is.
Yeah, I guess it's better than what a lot of Days Gone. What a lot of other people are doing, where they're like, we have an idea, kind of, and we made kind of a movie-ish thing for you, and we're going to keep working on it. I appreciate them. I mean, you would assume they have the game pretty well established if it's coming out in September, right?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty much done.
I'm sure there's people who are skeptical, like, why didn't we get more gameplay? But like you mentioned, they didn't even want this out yet.
No.
So who knows how long they were going to wait.
Probably was going to be April 27th.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where you get like a full-on experience?
I think they were going to release that like the day before or whatever and be like, whoa, and then tomorrow, come check out gameplay, and then it got leaked.
Yeah, 100%.
So they're not changing their plans. They're going to show the gameplay on the 27th. We'll see another trailer at E3, and then it'll come out in September, a couple months later.
I'm looking forward to E3, man.
Yeah?
I'm telling you. After whatever happened last year.
We were couple
man, we needed grumpy bears.
And we were wrong about a lot of it. Not all of it.
Definitely not all of it.
We were wrong. Pretty much everything about Nintendo, we were dead wrong. I'm willing to admit that.
I still stick by some of my guns on the Nintendo front. But we were wrong about a lot. And we were mega grumpy. We needed one other person here to tell us both to shut up and to cheer up. I don't know what was going on.
But the thing is, I don't find generally that I'm critical about a lot of things, but I'm not hard to impress either.
Yeah.
I was waiting to be impressed. I was like, show me anything.
100%.
And there was nothing almost at that E3. I got pumped about Assassin's Creed.
I still feel that way. And I just, maybe we could have approached it differently.
I feel like we were just being honest.
100%. Yeah, you're right. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think if it happened tomorrow, we'd react the exact same way.
I would want someone who listens to our podcast and watches our videos and hangs out with us on chat and stream. I want someone who knows me or you, that like if I'm excited or happy about something, that it actually means something, and then I'm not always like, this looks great.
Yeah.
This was great.
Right.
I love that. Like I know. I watch channels that I enjoy, but I can tell that they're just like, you've never been critical of anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then they get butthurt about people being critical.
It's like, totally fair.
Look, if I'm pumped, you're going to know it.
Yeah,
you know, it's going to mean something.
100%.
So, I don't know. I don't have a problem with our grumpiness. I don't trust publishers at all.
Yeah.
and most of these publishers make terrible decisions.
Fair.
The one I will say that I was kind of wrong is I wasn't too excited about Bethesda's. And I think I just wanted to be blown away with either a new IP or Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting Elder Scrolls now that we know they're working on 2 new IPs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned, but then they turned around and they released Wolfenstein, which was like one of my games of the year.
Yeah. Which if you go back to a couple weeks ago, I mean, you're still deep into Wolfenstein. I don't remember what episode area that was, but you love that game.
I absolutely loved it. It was one of the better first-person shooters I've played in a really, really long time. And honestly, since Doom, which was another Bethesda Bethesda shooter. So I'm playing Dishonored now, and so I liked Bethesda's stuff. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I want to see a new IP though. Mm-hmm. If they're working on a new IP and they keep saying it, I want to see it. But they're not going to talk about it until they release it the same year.
Gotcha.
That's just what they do.
Yeah, 100%.
So if they don't, I'm hoping they keep getting an E3 conference. I'm like, you guys, you better keep this rolling.
Yeah.
You need stuff to come out. I'm worried about them too, just because we've talked about before. Wolfenstein and Dishonored are always like 90 plus in Metacritic, and they don't.
Nobody
sell.
buys them. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, so we'll hardly anything with Shadow of Tomb Raider. I just felt it was worthy bringing up because I'm a huge fan of that.
Absolutely.
Reboot series. Tomorrow, this is Friday. We record on Friday. We post on Tuesday. But so Saturday, we're gonna go see Tomb Raider the movie.
Right.
It might be utter garbage.
Right.
It might be really good and surprisingly. I think it's going to be somewhere in between.
I think it'll be in between, for sure.
That's kind of my standards are set. Like I'd like to enjoy it, but I'm not expecting it to resonate on my radar of great films.
It's not going to be Annihilation.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I wanted to be Pacific Rim. A lot of people hate it. It's super corny. It's super cheesy, but it's giant robots fighting monsters, and as long as it gives me what I want,
I'm all about
and it
that.
does a good job. I mean, I watched it last night, Pacific Rim, for the first time.
I've never seen it.
So it's funny. I'm curious to see what your thoughts on it. I watched it for the first time outside of theaters, so a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's a bad movie, but I like it. Does that make sense?
Fair.
The dialogue is fucking trash. The script is horrible, but I'm not mad about it when I went to go see fucking Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Look at the poster.
It's very important to check your expectations, I think, because people are like, we're going to go see Tomb Raider, and I want the next great film of all time.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that.
No.
They don't want you to get that. That's not the plan.
But if it's just a piece of shit, it could very well be. You know
if
what I mean?
It doesn't even do what it's trying to do correctly, then you have a bad movie.
Yeah.
Because it's already not up there, all right? You have to be good down here, and if it's not good down here, it's just not good.
And for video game movies, our standards are so low.
So low.
Has there ever been a good one? I mean, I'm a huge fan of the original Mortal Kombat in '95.
I was never a Mortal Kombat guy.
It's not a good movie, but it's full of great one-liners. And
hey, if you enjoyed it, it's a good movie.
I grew up with it.
That's the way I feel about it.
I was such a huge fan of the games.
As far as a good video game movie, I mean, maybe people are freaking out right now in the comments. I can't.
I was going to say, I almost called them chat. Like, no,
not the chat.
You're not chat.
You're not right
you
now.
Are in the comments.
You could be. Just saying. We'll talk about that.
Well, now that if we eventually garner an actual listening group on iTunes, we're going to have to give them the email and.
We will.
And all that.
We were going to practice the outro at the end of this one. We'll give you our rough draft.
We did the intro. We did a real intro.
We did a great intro. We just have a lot of things to plug at the end. Maybe we'll do like little commercials like throughout the podcast. Just little 20-second. Don't forget Twitch. Twitch.tv.
Yeah. I know. Lots of plug. We all have Twitter now.
Yeah, we're all over the place, man.
The modern Western world. Now.
All over.
So we're talking about Tomb Raider.
Video game.
So we'll see. We're going to do a movie review. We did Annihilation.
Yep.
Which here's the thing about movie reviews. I'll let you guys in on our little conversation that the three of us have had on our movie reviews. Kevin and I have a hard time doing it. We love to talk about movies. We're huge movie buffs. But our movie reviews are too literally reviews, and we almost go scene by scene because that's how I remember the movie.
Yeah, right.
And I hate it when I leave a conversation. I go, damn it, I didn't talk about this. And that was like, I was thinking about the whole time.
Yep.
So we fucking inch our way through this thing. It's not the most entertaining listen, I will be honest. Like, I don't want to ever promote something that I think is not good, as up to par as I'd like it to be, and then act to everyone like I think it's great. If you liked Annihilation, check it out. I'd love to have other people have conversation with us. But by the end of it, him and I both gave, I think, maybe the first I've ever done in any movie review I've ever done since I've started like writing reviews and kind of feeling that way, probably early high school. I can't think of any movie. We both gave it a 10.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't think we've given movies 10s. I mean, other than some ones that are on my top list of all time.
Yeah. No, it was
Saving Private Ryan.
It was a great movie. It was a really good movie.
So we'll be having, you'll be joining us.
I will. I'll be
the
here.
three of us will have a movie review podcast, and we can actually put that kind of stuff on.
It's going up.
So
Yeah,
it'll be separate.
That's why we wanted to get that
titles.
extra kind of buffer room as far as like bandwidth.
Yeah, the
goes.
400 megabytes.
Yeah, we should absolutely. We're absolutely gonna
we'll try to keep those to 30 minutes if we can do it.
Yeah,
if we can do
we
it,
can do
which
that.
is hard.
You know, I'll be here to lay down the law a little bit.
I'm gonna rely on you
Yeah.
and keep us from doing the
I
scene
will.
by scene thing. So we're gonna go see Tomb Raider tomorrow. What else do we have on our newsy list here?
Agenda.
So, you had mentioned too, unlike other games,
Oh no.
Days Gone was delayed. Via ZeroHP's Twitter account, I think you remember.
What'd you put? Everyone's really shocked by this.
No, it wasn't even sarcasm.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually I retweeted. I think it was like IGN's announcement that it was delayed.
Maybe put
and
nobody.
I said absolutely no one is shocked by this.
In my head, it just converts it to sarcasm. Yeah.
You and I have never been particularly impressed with that game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think to try to avoid the grumpy bear attitude. I think we're obviously both very biased when you have a game that I don't want to say is ripping anyone off because it is in a way a unique idea. I don't think they're doing that, but you do get flashes. When you play a game that you're never going to forget, like The Last of Us, you're going to get flashes of that when you see a game that's so similar to it. As far as we talked about, the hand-to-hand combat is right out of Last of Us. I mean, they did it right, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. But
there's other games that have done the same thing.
100%. But Last of Us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel it.
Those games aren't Last
100%. So you're like automatically by default your expectations get put really high, which they shouldn't be. But that's just the way it works.
No, they shouldn't. You shouldn't be comparing a brand new game to one of the greatest games ever made.
Of course not. But when it reminds you of
it,
you're going to. And then he's on a motorcycle, and then he had a gun with infinite ammo, and there was just a lot of weird, cheesy things.
So clearly on rails.
Yeah.
And when they said, "Oh, we don't even know when this is coming out," it's like, yeah, I can tell. Right. You don't know when this is coming. Then they had the newer one last year.
Yeah.
Remember that? They
when
showed it again.
In the snow, that's when he was fighting the guys.
And I've been reading some articles. This is an open world game.
Oh, is it?
It is. It is. It's open world in my home region, the Pacific Northwest.
Oh.
Because it's Sony Bend are the developers.
Okay.
Bend, Oregon.
Gotcha.
So they're making it in their backyard, which is really cool.
Smart.
It's a great area. There's a lot of shows that like to go up there and film. You know what I mean? Like, and set there.
Yeah.
You know, it's cold and rainy on the west side. It's all going to be the west side of the state. So
I was
it's cold and rainy forest and foggy and the beaches and.
I was talking to Matt on stream last night about where you guys are from.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got a little bit of everything. He's like, there's a desert. There's trees everywhere.
Yeah, the state's really interesting.
So yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I won't. Don't worry, I'm not going into super geography here. But it would be interesting for a game. It's a great place to set a game for that reason. I mean, the Cascade Mountains split Oregon and Washington right down the middle almost. And if you're west of them, you can even look on a map. It's like dark green, like green as green can be on that west side because they're on the ocean though, and they're so far north. They're in this spot where they're not so far north to get as much snow, but they're not south to get warmth.
Right.
So you get cold water, and everything grows like crazy. So it's a really cool place to set. And you know, people have the idea of Seattle and stuff. And then, if you were to go east of the mountains, it starts to dry out, and so you could set a game and go all over the state. It would look totally different from where depending on where you are.
Right.
Which is really cool. But it's an open world game. And I just don't know what is it about the game that's going to differentiate itself, because you look like Last of Us, you feel like Last of Us, and you're an open world game. Okay, well, you're gonna walk into an open world game on PlayStation. Ghost of Tsushima's coming out. That's gonna be an open world game. Horizon's already out.
It's like
Witcher's probably the greatest open world game of all time. That's already out. Skyrim is still selling copy. You know what I mean? It's like you're stepping into You're stepping into Naughty Dog and Bethesda / CD Projekt Red.
The two leaders
territory.
in what they do. You know what I mean? The two top dogs in their quote-unquote fields.
Yeah.
Like, the direction they took was, like, literally the last direction anyone should have taken. They're, like, in a world where everyone's kind of trying to do, like, unique things and tried weird, different new stuff to kind of catch, like a cult following.
Right.
That's, like, the opposite of what they're doing. They're like, these two people do that really well. Let's try to, like, combine them and see what happens. And that never works out.
No.
It just does. It never has. So.
And I think part of it, too, they may have been able to release, but when are you going to release now? Yeah. Tomb Raider's in September. Now, they didn't know that.
Yeah.
But October is basically a closed. You can't really... No one can release anything in October this year.
Right.
Red Dead Redemption will
I was just trying to think.
destroy
I completely
everything.
Forgot Red Dead was
October 26th. So goodbye, October. You can maybe release before.
I mean, goodbye.
If it's early October.
Goodbye November. Or goodbye December.
Call of Duty is always going to sell.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Red Dead Redemption
It's a
is sort of
audience.
that. Is sort of the. There's a little bit because it's the guys who make GTA.
Right. Yeah.
So there is going to be a crossover there, but I don't think it's going to pull Call of Duty players.
No, you're right.
Call of Duty,
You're right.
You know?
I meant for people that are trying to do what Days Gone is doing. Like there's
Days
just
Gone,
no.
you can't.
No, there's no way.
So you have to naturally, if it's not ready for early 18, you got to put it in 19.
Yeah.
And if to be on the opposite side, because we were saying we didn't want to be grumpy, if it's a really good game,
yeah,
I don't care if it's like those other ones.
You're right.
Please copy.
That's
Witcher.
what I'm saying. I don't mind the quote unquote ripping off because if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
The hand to hand combat in Last of Us is one of the biggest things I remember about.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you feel like you're actually fighting for
I remember the
your
first time I just saw the E3 trailer for that.
Yeah. Oh, when he
When
hits
he
the guy with a
smashed-
brick
yes.
and then shoots him in the face
Yeah,
with
at
a
the very
shotgun.
end. Wait, no.
The guy's begging for his life.
Yeah, you shoot
and
him. And that was like, they delivered on that.
Dude, I got
chills.
I got chills.
I almost kind of want to go watch that again.
I got chills. That was crazy.
When he shoots him like that, and I was like, oh man, that was an E3 demo. And you play it like, no, the game plays exactly like that.
Yeah.
So they have a lot to live up to, but Sony, I do trust Sony as far as the whoever I know a few of the players there, the big guys, but like for the most, whoever the 10, 20, 30 people are that sort of check in and oversee with their first party titles,
Right.
they haven't really missed much.
Yeah.
I mean, PlayStation is the place to go for exclusive games.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, for sure.
From Bloodborne to all
It's
the
not
Naughty
even-
Dog games
It's not even close.
to all these games they have. Spider-Man's going to be coming out. Like, I trust them not to release a game that they don't feel is going to represent their library of incredible first-party titles.
Right.
So they'll hold it off and delay. They don't care.
Yeah.
I wish they would stop showing it.
That's what
Stop
bothers
showing
me.
it.
That's what bothers me. I don't want to know about it. I wish I'd never heard about this.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me a lot. Because the longer you take, let me forget about Last of Us a little bit. Not that I'm going to now that Part 2 is in the works, but
Yeah, that'll probably come out. Oh, there's another problem. Sorry, I'm misdirecting you. You were going to... Go ahead.
No, that was pretty much it. I was just saying, give me more time to breathe, and then hit me with this new thing. But I still don't know if that would have worked.
The issue with the time to breathe
Yeah.
is that when is Last of Us 2 coming out?
Exactly. Most likely 2019.
So we're going to get
There's
two post-apocalyptic, third-person, story-based
zombie
games in 2019 for PlayStation.
It's no bueno.
One in maybe February and the other in November or October.
Yeah.
So then what? So then do you push Last of Us into so that they're separated by a whole year?
No, you don't.
No, you don't mess with Naughty Dog.
You don't touch them.
You don't touch Naughty
You
Dog.
don't talk to them. You don't touch them. You just pay them and you shut your mouth. That's
Yeah,
what
I know,
you do.
right? And you let them take as long as they want.
Take as long as they need.
Everyone needs to take that page out of Bethesda's book, though, and just like shut the fuck up.
Just shut up.
If they have rumors, don't talk about them.
There's a reason they are who comes up when this topic comes up.
Yeah.
When you talk about open world RPGs, you talk about Bethesda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you talk about the story-based
Sure.
single player, you talk about Naughty Dog. Like, that's just how it works.
Well, I mean, and that's Bethesda Game Studios.
Yeah.
I just mean the publisher Bethesda.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They don't. They've never announced a game in this generation that hasn't come out the same year that they're announcing it. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude.
They don't. And I remember back before Fallout came out, we knew anything about Fallout. We all knew they were making Fallout, but there was rumors abound, including I think that there was a rumor saying it was set in Boston.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh!" And then they look at Bethesda, and there's just a dead field.
I just imagine
Crickets.
a bunch of guys in a dark room. Like, remember that movie I Am Legend? When he goes into the dark room and they're all just standing in a circle.
God,
That's
yeah.
how I imagine Bethesda. They're all just like,
Yeah.
shh, 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 shh,
And they
shh,
don't.
shh.
So someone was in the Bethesda going, "Oh my God, they have it! They know it's Boston!" And they're like, "Don't say anything." Just don't. And then all those years later, I was reading that shit in like 2010. Dude, like before Skyrim came out, they were talking about Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And then it came out. He announced it right on stage, and boom, it's out in November or whatever it was.
That's how it should be.
And it did. Everyone was just as excited. Even though there were a few leaks, it was like there was nothing ever verified.
That's how it should be. And not that this is anywhere near the same level, but remember when Fallout Shelter came out, the mobile game?
Yeah.
And they were like, it's out right now. And then it was out.
Yep.
That was it. And I love that.
So
because I'm a guy who hates hype only because I get really excited about stuff.
Yeah.
And then I get miserable because I don't have it. You know what I mean?
Like, or you get destinized.
Destinized.
Destiny 1, that
Destiny 1-ized, for sure.
I'm waiting for 2 to go on sale on PC and we can start playing it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I have it, man. I have it.
I know you have a copy of it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm not going to spend $60.
No, you're not.
I'm going to wait until like the Game of the Year or whatever it comes out with all the extra shit, and then 100%. I'll just buy it.
I would like to get back into Destiny.
Yeah, and I think it's a great stream game.
We need a revival on that game. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk. A lot of people are not happy with it.
Yeah.
But
did you play the first one? That's what I have to say to those people.
I think what they're upset about, just a real quick detour for Destiny here, what they're mad about is that it's experiencing some of the problems that they already experienced in the first game, and they're like, why isn't this game including all the great stuff that you can? Because apparently, if you play Destiny, the Destiny that was most recently being played, after all the stuff was
Destiny
out,
1
all the Destiny 1
updates, okay,
all the updates, all the DLC, like in its final state with no more additions, apparently it was really good.
Really good, right?
And there's been things that are receding now. And like, why would you not just keep the stuff that works? Stop trying to change
pay for it.
So that's I think the issue that the crowd has.
Right.
But from our perspective, jumping back in from the beginning, I don't mind.
100%. We should. I think we should.
Let's
move on.
Speaking of Destiny, another good segue. I'm trying to nail the segues here.
Nailed it.
I'm trying to be a pro for our
you're
new
rolling
people.
with the rolling with the punches.
Now, I think the point of a good segue is that you don't talk about the segue.
You just jump in.
It's like Fight Club.
Just like Fight Club.
And
which one's Brad Pitt? Which one's Edward Norton? Between us, just be honest.
I don't know if those are really.
No.
Do you mean the characters?
Personality.
I would say we're both kind of Edward Norton.
I would agree with you. That's what I was going to say.
But I was struggling because I was wanting to say you're Edward Norton. But then I was like, that makes me the Brad Pitt, and that's not me.
You're like, I don't want to be Brad Pitt.
That's not me at all.
I was going to say we're both Edward Norton.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had the same thought.
Oh, we haven't talked about how our weeks have gone. We'll have to go into that.
We will die. We'll finish with that.
Okay.
We should finish with that.
All right. Okay. We'll save that for the end there. Another kind of thing like Tomb Raider in the sense that there's not a whole lot to go on here, but Ubisoft came out and just said, hey, this E3, we're announcing Division 2.
Not a lot of information.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Did you play Division 1?
Yeah. Did we not play it together?
I think we did.
Maybe like one time?
A little bit.
That was one of those games that we all bought and played once.
Yeah.
Literally only played it one time.
What did you like and what did you not like?
I liked a lot about it. I liked the gunplay. What I didn't like was... And I didn't know a lot about these kind of games at the time, but now I know. I don't like when it becomes the battle of the loot grind.
Yeah. Kind
of like how Destiny 1 became, and Destiny 2, to be honest. It just became, when you got into PvP, it was like grinding for grinding, which people love. People love that Diablo kind of just keep on climbing the ladder.
Diablo's kind of the exception to the rule for me.
Right. Yeah, no, Diablo's a blast. But and I like Division a lot. I thought the gunplay worked really well. I thought if you had a squad of guys, that it was a blast the one time we did it. What it became was like, kind of like Destiny, is you're doing the same mission over and over again, which gets a little old to me. But when you dive into the PvP, that's, I'm assuming, where that kind of gets revived for a lot of people. But then there, I was like, well, I believe they scaled it, but I felt like everyone was just better than me all the time. Everyone had better loot than me, and that kind of bothered me as well. So I just fell out of it. I don't think I put the time to it that I needed to. But I liked it. I mean, it was a well put together game. From what I remember, there was no crazy flying across the world glitches or anything like that.
I think there started to be there. I remember there was a huge, after we had stopped playing, there was a lot of cheating.
Really?
Really bad cheating and exploits.
Bad. Okay.
People were able to like glitch through walls and like skip bosses and end game loot and stuff. And
gotcha.
There's all kind. It was bad. It got really bad for a while. Yeah, I mean, I liked a lot of the same things you did. I liked the feel of the guns.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of third-person cover shooters.
Yep.
Like Gears of War kind of created that, I feel like. that might not be accurate, but I feel like Gears of War created the modern version of that.
Yeah, maybe not created, but definitely perfected. I think is.
Yeah, I just you're right. I'm sure there's games prior.
I mean, older. You know what I mean? Nothing.
But Gears of War came out in fucking 2006,
That's true.
man. It
That's
came
true.
out 12 years ago.
That's true.
And I just remember.
It might have created. You're right.
You're sticking to I love
Yeah.
the feel you hit A and you
The blind
stick to that. Yeah,
you shoot over the
the cover. I like the camera that zooms in over the shoulder and the feel. It felt really good. I wasn't a fan. Personally, I would almost prefer them to get rid of some of the RPG elements.
Yeah.
I hated having I had like an M14 sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing because that's kind of an out-of-date weapon. But
Right,
I remember having it. I remember I had an M14, and I would get up on a balcony, and I would shoot a dude in the nose with an M14 from 20 yards away. That really just made it tough for me to stick with it.
You know this, but that's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
I do know that. Yeah. Because that's part of the thing. I got past that and started enjoying it when we were all playing. The loot wasn't good. Beanie after beanie after gloves after coat. I
remember so many gloves. Just so many gloves.
I just felt like they were trying to put some elements from Destiny in there that just didn't work with their theme, their motif, their setting.
Yeah, 100%.
And I would have preferred it if they just would have gone more like shooter-y with it. And I love RPGs.
No, I agree with you.
You know, make guns and clothing items your loot. Drop the statistic stuff. For me, if I could do anything I wanted with it. But there's some definite improvements they could make. I don't know if they're going to change setting. I don't know the story. I didn't finish it.
I don't know.
That was one of the few games I traded in. I was really disappointed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
wow.
I did trade it in.
Okay.
I just was not interested. I didn't like... There was nothing that was begging me to play it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel connected to the character that I made. It was one of the worst character creators ever.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I remember 6 people you could make out.
Kevin was trying to find an Asian guy, and there was like no Asian guy. There was a guy who might like.
There was a guy who
he might have been half Asian.
Yeah, he was probably like Russian, Eastern Russian.
Eastern Russian is a really good way to put it.
Right by China.
Yeah, and but he was like, "This isn't right."
Yeah,
and there's no way to change it. There was no.
It was just like there was like 2-3 skin tones and like one beard and like 2 shades.
It was really weird.
It was strange. And I just remember like everyone was remember that you had to wait in line to start the game. Like you had to run into the area and get your briefing, and there was an actual line,
in a room,
physical
an actual
line.
Oh my!
To get up to it, so it just got off to the wrong notes for me,
100%.
and there wasn't enough in it to keep me going. But there are parts about it that I enjoyed enough to be intrigued by a sequel and maybe streamline those improvements.
Yeah, totally.
So keep an eye out for that. Where are we at?
Let's keep on trucking. We're almost done here.
We're doing actually a really good job.
Cap it up.
We're pretty much done. The last thing I wanted to say, this is one's close to the heart. I'm super worried about BioWare, dude.
Yeah? Are you talking... Okay, and forgive me, I keep forgetting the gentleman's name because I can't pronounce it correctly. About him leaving the...
Yeah, so it's symbolic. Symbolic. Yeah. So Drew Karpyshyn...
Thank you.
I used to call him Karpshin, but then I noticed there's 2 Ys.
That's what I thought. I was like, Karpshin.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to try it. I figured you had it.
So he wrote the story and the script for... I think he was there all the way back in like Baldur's Gate era.
Jeez.
But he wrote Knights of the Old Republic.
Right.
Which is my favorite game ever.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was involved in the writing of the first Mass Effect.
And 2.
And 2. Mm-hmm. He wrote 2 as well. Okay. I think he helped write Jade Empire. He's like one of the original... He made BioWare... He created BioWare's reputation, basically. And
that's true.
And most of our... And there's also plenty of other incredibly instrumental people in that. But a lot of the characters that people know and love from Mass Effect...
Are probably due to
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And he writes incredible books. I've read his book. He wrote a bunch of books on the Old Republic that sort of were in the same era of the game. And they're really good. The dude is not just like... He writes books incredibly well. He's just a gifted guy.
Yeah.
So... There's these mixed emotions because EA is awful. Mm-hmm. We really are fed up with EA at this point. And they have BioWare, but it's like, okay, well, they got Casey Hudson, who's the director of the Mass Effect games, and they got fucking Drew Karpyshyn back for Anthem.
Yeah.
It's like, if anything's going to come in and stabilize BioWare, that's going to be it. And then Drew leaves, and they delay the game. They delay the game that they never delayed. Did you hear about that?
No.
Fucking EA is... I'm so sick of their shit. They're like... When they first announced Anthem, they said, we're going to have this out spring 2018. They said it. They go back and read the articles. Expected Q1 2018. Over and over again. And then when they said Anthem's going to come out in 2019, everyone went, oh, great, delayed.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Because they're thinking, you close Visceral down after you destroy their Star Wars game, and you fuck up Star Wars Battlefront, and Mass Effect Andromeda comes out, and you clearly, EA forced it out before it was ready, and that entire studio who made that game was folded into the rest of BioWare and shut down, and people were let go, and people left, and it was this horrible thing. It didn't sell, it didn't review well. All of this stuff happens, and then they delay Anthem after telling us. And how do they respond? We never said that.
That's not what we meant.
We never officially announced it for that time.
That's not what we meant by 2018.
Like,
we didn't mean we didn't mean the year.
They have so little respect for their consumer.
Yeah.
You know, like, I feel like Bethesda, like they know that they're not going to sell Call of Duty numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But when they release Wolfenstein, there's going to be a group of people who fucking love Wolfenstein, and they're proud of their corner.
The best example I always go to is CD Projekt Red.
Yes,
which I know isn't the correct pronunciation. Forgive me. I'm going to say CD Projekt Red.
That's what it is in English. It is the correct pronunciation in English.
Witcher 3. The first time you open up Witcher 3, and there's an actual thank you note typed out in your and I was always like, wow, that is crazy. I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
And that no game's ever done that. It used to be concept art and instructions. Now it's always expansion packs if you open up Destiny. But Witcher 3 was like a heartfelt thank you for supporting what we're doing.
There's signatures all over the inside of it.
So awesome, dude.
And the collector's edition, the inside of the box, it's the entire team.
They all signed it?
Signed it. I'll show it to you.
Oh, I want to see it.
The whole inside of the lid and down into the box and the bottom is all the whole team signed it.
That's so cool.
They're great.
Yeah, I want to see that. So
that's a great example. And then they released a bunch of free DLC.
Yeah.
For months before they released their first paid stuff.
Yeah.
To turn around and be like, no, it's crazy, man. I'm amazed that EA is here. I guess it's because they're
on top, man.
The sports games and Madden and all that. But I don't know, man. I'm really worried that apparently the development for Anthem has been really difficult. There was a point where they thought they were going to have to cancel it. It was so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was an interview. Not an interview because it wasn't official. It was like someone talking to...
A quote.
Yeah, it was like information.
Yeah.
A good source or whatever was saying it changed from we might have to cancel this. It's so hard to... This is now realistic, but it's going to be a tough road ahead.
Okay.
So it's better, but then you lose one of your like the head of your creative force, one of your top writers.
Yeah.
And he's like the 20th guy to leave BioWare in the last 2 years.
Yeah. No, I was reading an article, forgive me, I don't remember the website it was on, but they were quoting him. I'm sure he was asked about it afterward. And he talks about how he's just kind of going, like everyone else, to go kind of do his own thing. I know you mentioned he works on the graphic novels, which he talked about.
Well, he writes novels.
Oh, novel? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought it said graphic novels.
No, he writes straight up.
Okay, perfect. Maybe it was like concept novels.
He's done a graphic novel too, man.
Probably.
He's all over the place.
Talented dude. I think it mentioned he's going to be working alongside a smaller gaming organization based out of San Francisco, Fog something or other.
Yes, that's right.
Fog. Fog.
Yeah, he was super vague about it.
Fog Hat is going to be the gaming organization. It's all going to be called Fog Hat.
Fog Hat.
But yeah, so I mean, props to him. But you're right. It can't be a good sign. But he mentions in the quote, people are going to make speculation about what happened. And I assure you it's none of that. But I don't know if he's saying that
he doesn't want
to be formal. Yeah, because he's a
gentleman.
gentleman. He doesn't want to say, well, they won't, blah, blah, blah. That kind of guy. I don't think he's that kind of guy. So it's all kind of in the air right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's left up to us on podcasts to talk about it.
And they've just, for me, it's just, you have to go with what you know. And we know what's going on with EA overall.
Yeah.
And we know that they're willing to close any they have no regard for their own studios.
Yeah.
they will demolish BioWare the second they stop making the money. And if Anthem is a dud because it was rushed out the door and because they announced it too early, and they have been bleeding talent for years now, every month it seems like someone was leaving during Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And then Anthem comes out and it costs them $150-200 million to make, and the game sells 4 million copies. Does EA close BioWare?
Right,
yeah.
Why not?
They fucking closed Visceral.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that far.
They don't care about what you've done for them in the past at all. There's no.
It's numbers, man.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just wanted to just speculate a little bit. And
that's all we can do.
Air out our dirty laundry.
It's out there. It's dirty and it's out there, man.
So, man, what a topic-heavy episode.
Very topical.
That was kind of refreshing in a way.
It's very refreshing.
Maybe next week we'll just be fucking shooting the shit.
We will definitely. There will be shit shot. Real quick, I just wanted to touch on the Twitch situation that happened last night, just because I'm not involved, obviously, but I'm a part of the platform along with Kevin. So was that last night?
It's part of our community.
Last night or Wednesday night?
The
whole Drake Ninja situation.
That was
no way.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah,
really? Okay.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday night, a gentleman by the name of Ninja, if you're from, I talk about him all the time. He's kind of the most well-known Fortnite player on Twitch right now. Randomly, out of nowhere, with no announcement or any kind of marketing behind it, which we can speculate on as well, went live with Drake, who you know who he is. You just do.
Call me on a cell phone.
Also, thank you. He does have a cell phone. He also known as Lil Jimmy from Degrassi, if you want to throw it back. Shout out to Lil Jimmy. But yeah, they were playing Fortnite. They peaked at 680,000 viewers, which is disgusting. It breaks every record. Pretty far. Shattered the record. The record was originally Tyler One, who was a League of Legends streamer, if you're not familiar with him, who made a comeback at one point. That record was barely broken by my boy Doc when he made his return. And that record was shattered and lit aflame. No, 410.
410
was the record.
I thought it was like 320.
And is now 680, which no one's ever going to beat. Not for a long, long time. My point,
I wouldn't say that.
I know. Next thing you know, fucking George Clooney.
You really don't think at one point in the future of Twitch they're going to get 1 million?
No, they will. That was kind of my point. I'm sorry. I meant anytime soon. No one's going to break that. My point is...
it's a huge leap.
It's insane.
Right? From
it's
410
insane.
to 650.
It's insane for Ninja. It's insane for the platform. It's not that crazy for Drake, because he's Drake.
Yeah.
Money's never going to matter to him again.
No.
Or anyone he knows.
Yeah.
Unless he's
one of those guys.
Unless he's one of those. But he's Canadian, so he's already a lot smarter. So the point. My point was not to talk about Ninja or Drake. My point was there's a lot of negativity around this whole thing because there's negativity around everything, and I just want to address that. If anyone here is listening and is involved in Twitch or is a fan of Twitch, this is good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just growing Twitch. It just improves your chances as a streamer. It helps everybody. It literally hurts nobody.
It's bringing people to Twitch.
100%. How many fans of Drake do you think were like, wait, he plays games? And who have never heard of Twitch and just were like, okay, we'll check him out, and are now subscribed to Ninja and are now going to find other streamers who kind of fit their personality. Real quick, Ninja, by the way, who before he was streaming with Drake announced that he on stream said on a good day he can make anywhere around 20 grand a day. His subscriptions, I know for a fact, have almost doubled. So you have to assume now he makes anywhere from $30,000 to $35,000 a day. Twitch is coming.
Yeah.
And you can't stop it. It's coming. It's got waves to it, but it's just growing all the time.
And it's growing because it's easy to get people onto it. I mean, I didn't care for it. Not that I disliked it in any way.
No, yeah, it's a thing.
It was just, I would watch YouTube. I guess is where I was.
100%.
But then when you guys started and I started logging in, it's just like, I got to make my own account. I was on ZeroHP for so long.
100%.
And I was like, I want to make my own and start finding these guys.
The way I describe it, the way I describe it is the way I talk about podcasts. People are like,
it's very similar.
I talk to people about podcasts and they go, yeah, I listened to one about a robot and I tried to work out to it and I was like, you're doing it wrong. Pick a hobby that you have or an interest that you have. I guarantee you there's a podcast for it. And same way with streamers. There's a streamer for everything. There's streamers who don't talk, who don't show their face. If you just want to watch a game be played because you're interested in the game, those guys are out there. Those girls are out there.
Yep.
If you want to watch a rather attractive woman not really do much other than talk and be attractive, those are there.
Oh, yeah.
By the hundreds. They're out there.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Twitch is growing, man. It's crazy. I want to address kind of the negativity. There's no reason for that. It's just helping everyone.
What is it? People just don't like it because it's Drake? Or?
People think that this was some kind of marketing ploy. They think that Ninja is now being like
bought and paid
being
for?
held up kind of by some darker, scary organization underneath him. I think he's a fortunate guy who made himself very known. Even if this was set up by Twitch, which it could have very well been.
Bravo.
Exactly. I mean, next month they announced they're doing a tournament with streamers and celebrities. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it's going to be Fortnite because PUBG's still broken. But yeah, it's going to be streamers and celebrities kind of intermingled. I don't think it's streamers versus celebrities because that would be a shit show. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to intermingle it. They're really pushing it, and it's working. Ninja makes $40,000 a day. Put that into perspective.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel about your life? I'm pretty sure he lives with his mom too, which is crazy. That's just, I wanted to address that real quick. The negativity is people think he's hogging attention. They think other Fortnite streamers don't have a chance now, which is all bullshit. That's crazy. You just have to make yourself known. Yep. That's it. You just have to be undeniable, keep doing your thing, and just be patient. That's just what it's just going to keep changing.
Hell,
it's just going to keep growing.
Kevin have over 50 already.
We have over 50 followers, which is nothing, and we're ecstatic about it.
Yeah. We
stream every day for nobody. You know what I mean? I mean, our friends, of course, but, you know, some days it's good, some days it's bad. We just do what we enjoy doing, and we're willing to wait.
I think PUBG especially doesn't get...
That is the reason.
The times I've seen you play the games, it spikes every time
100%, and we know that. We just love PUBG.
So I love it, too. I'm not saying you should stop. I'm just saying I think that's
fun. We love it because we can play with you guys. Yeah. We love it because that is a perfect game for highlight videos.
It's wonderful.
It's perfect for a lot of reasons. So we just got to keep trying. Everybody, there's no reason for negativity. Shout out to Drake if you're listening. Lil Jimmy, never forget. That was it. I didn't know. I was hoping you picked me up on the end
for
there.
People who would like to see more great quotes, where can they go to find you?
More great quotes. They've already stopped listening.
Where can they
we're
go
everywhere.
To find you?
First of all, if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, you already know ZeroHP Podcast. He's Ian. I'm Mason. YouTube, ZeroHP, no space. We're the one on top, not the weird fairy thing underneath. Twitch, myself. I'm at twitch.tv/freemason1, spelled out. Kevin is twitch.tv/deadkevtv. They're both the same on Twitter.
Yep.
Ian, your Twitter?
My personal Twitter is IAWEE_ZHP. That is Iwi ZHP.
Boom, bam, boom.
I also run, for the most part, our official Twitter page.
100%.
ZeroHP, which is at ZeroHPTV.
There it is.
So
it's everything.
Follow us.
We're
all
everywhere. We're all
over the
over.
place there.
We're gonna have a website going up along with the hopefully along with the
yes, we're working on that.
We're working on that.
We're gonna have like a blog on there.
We got graphics in the works right now, and I just spoke with her
photography.
Today. We're gonna have photography. We're gonna get legit shit done. We're making movements.
Yes,
it's happening, man.
Upward.
Up.
Hey Mason, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Love podcasting with you.
I love it. 51 weeks,
brother. Here we are. To those of you who may be here, there might not be any new people for the 51.
That's fine.
However, if we get new, I know a lot of people like to come back, and this will be the first one available.
Right.
So to those people who are starting in the 60s or 70s and would like to listen to all of them, welcome.
Welcome.
We love you guys.
We love you all.
And come talk to us. We're on all these places.
We need you to comment.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. We like engaging.
We are our only friends. We need people to talk to.
Yeah, we just talk to one another.
Yeah, we need other people to talk to.
So we want you guys to join us and build a community, a positive community.
Yep.
Positive internet community.
Positive
thing
is
that's really hard to build.
And we will enforce that. Yes, we are desperate for viewers, but we will not accept a bunch of toxicity, a bunch of negativity. It's pointless. It's not productive. It doesn't help anybody. So go on YouTube, check out our Total War, check out our highlights, check out our podcast. That's all we have right now.
That's all we got.
But we're going to have more stuff coming out.
I do reviews, there's no games.
We do reviews, there's just no games, and expect that to change a lot here in the next 6 months.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a fantastic rest of your week. I am so sorry it's only Tuesday.
You're probably on your way to work or on your way home.
On your way to work or on your way home, something like that. So it really sucks. But we will catch you guys next Tuesday and maybe see you in the chat.
Come in the chat. Come hang
Twitch.
out.
Come join us.
Every night we're there.
Every night. So
later.